Your husband or wife is a creation of God. Your creation cannot compete with God's creation. His creation will only win. People have started going to other poor substitutes to fulfill their fantasies. Today there is a very large instance of pornography, fantasy, dreams, and perversion in society. Pornography does not fulfill sexual life. It creates more fantasies and perversion, that's all. But there is such a compulsion for fantasizing. Understand one thing. Unless you are weak and unintelligent, nothing becomes a compulsion. When you become intelligent, you can drop anything. Yes, you have a question? Swamiji, you ask us to be as we are. But how can we live in society just as we are? I think we have to change according to the family, the society. See, everybody faces this problem on a practical level. You say, Swamiji, I have to act according to the other. I ask you, why not also make sure that others act according to you? It is true that in society we have to be dependent on each other. There is no other way. But be very clear of your limits. Be independently dependent. Be very clear which is your space and which is the other's. Try your best to enrich your own life without disturbing one another. Of course, I can't give you a foolproof solution. If I could give you a chant that would solve all the problems between husband and wife, I would be the most popular man in the world. Swamiji, can't the other person's Mooladhara Chakra be opened so that he drops his expectations? How will you do that? You can only make sure that your own expectations are dropped, so that from 4 people sharing one house, you at least come down to 3. How to change the other person? These days, marriage counselors suggest even hypnotism. I think it is a gross interference in the other person's freedom. It is completely wrong. The other day, I read about a case where a woman wanted to bring down her husband's anger levels. You may have read the Chicago University is now performing some research where they implant electrodes in a person's brain and completely control anger. When they asked for volunteers to participate in this research, it seems hundreds of women forcibly brought their husbands. After the experiment, 72 women, and mind you, this is a fact, 72 women came back and told the university, please remove these electrodes. I want my old husband back. I want my old angry husband back. They say life has lost its taste. Unless we fight, there is no interaction, and he pays me no attention at all. Everybody needs attention. Behavioral psychologists say that a normal man can survive without food up to 90 days, but without attention from others, only for 14 days. He will start going insane. What has happened is, we have forgotten how to love each other, care for each other. Love is a forgotten language. The only interaction and attention we can hope to have is by fighting with each other. I think even the people sitting here and complaining that their husbands and wives are not spiritual, if their spouses become spiritual, they may come back and complain that they want their old partners back. The beautiful thing about this Mooladhara Chakra is, if this one chakra is open, you will find that 50% of your problems have disappeared. This one chakra manages more than 50% of your life. In whatever you do, you will find a trace of this chakra. Even in your signature, you will find a trace of this chakra. When the Mooladhara Chakra is activated, even your signature will look different. If you pluck a flower, the way you do it will be different. There are a set of Tamil saints called the Nayanars. There is a song which says about them, that when they pluck a flower, the tree will not feel the pain. What do we mean by that? You become so sensitive and loving when this chakra is opened. When the energy of this chakra is transformed, it will overflow from you as love. Sex is carbon, love is diamond. Sex is mud, love is the lotus that blooms in the mud. It is the same substance. The only thing is, you should know how to process it. Just drop your expectations and you will find a tremendous upsurge of energy in you. Today, I want you all to try this technique when you go home. Sit down and concentrate on your Mooladhara chakra. If you notice, your Mooladhara chakra is always tense. It is always tight. For 5 minutes, mentally forgive your husband or wife for everything that they have done. Really forgive them. Go to the root and drop the feeling of resentment. Do it totally. Just accept them as they are. Give them your deep love. After just 5 minutes, you will see that the Mooladhara chakra is totally relaxed. If just 5 minutes can give you this result, just imagine what will happen if you change your entire attitude. What a tremendous energy flow you will experience. The way you are living now, it's as if you've got 1 lakh rupees, but you've locked away 90,000 in some place where you can't recover it. You try to manage your whole life with the remaining 10,000. Then naturally you will feel that you are poor. In the same way, all our energy has been invested wrongly. It has been locked away in this chakra, in anger, in sex and whatnot. We don't have enough energy even for our day-to-day living. Once this chakra is open, your life will become rich. You will be able to think better, understand better, plan better. You will feel this energy consciously working in you. It will open a new dimension that you would not have experienced before. You will actually realize that your husband, your wife, and all others are spiritual beings. Understand, heaven and hell are not geographical places. You can't locate them on a map. They only exist psychologically. It's up to you to transform your life into heaven or hell. When you are full of expectations, you are carrying your own hell inside your head. So wherever you go, you'll find your personal package of hell travels with you. Like how a circus troupe carries and spreads its tents everywhere it goes, so too you are carrying this hell with you and living in it any place you go. There is no escape. And when 2 people meet, there is a great clash of hells, not bells. Why do you want to carry this load around with you? Just drop it. Just think of all the energy you waste in trying to chisel the other person to suit your expectations. Isn't it much easier to just drop the chisel? If even 10% of that energy is channeled into meditation, your life can be transformed into true living. Living is life led with awareness, with freedom. We have a choice. We have a chance to become conscious. Now it is up to you to decide. Yes, any questions? Swamiji, how do we drop lust and nurture love? Okay, you have finally come to the point. Lust, like anger, is a tremendous energy. Understand that. Actually, until such time you understand what lust is and how it can be transformed, any action that you do is lustful. Even if you pick up a pen, it is lustful. Even if you are petting a small child, it is lustful. There is a certain animal nature in it because your energy is still based